Welcome back. The shutdown continues into its third day, and there's still no deal in sight. How will this budget battle end? We're going to ask someone who was there for the last shutdown. Joining us now is former presidential candidate and Tennessee Senator Fred Thompson. Welcome.
Thank you.
But first, let's talk about your main gig. Now, you're in New York City, not only to see us and see Elizabeth in person, but you have
Broadway.
a job.
Yeah, actually, amazingly. Yeah,
On Broadway.
Yeah, we're doing a John Grisham adaptation from his first book, A Time to Kill, and it's a wonderful adaptation. And of course, I was a country lawyer in Tennessee when he was a country lawyer a little later in Mississippi. So these characters and all are familiar to me. And I play the judge, Judge Noose. And they thought I looked wanted me to look like a Judge Noose, and so we're having a lot of fun. It's my first time on Broadway, and enjoying it.
Do you get nervous?
Well, nervous is not. There's always a certain amount of tension in anything you do, which is good. I'm just having to get used to speaking to the back row, you know, instead of speaking
A couple of times a day soon, right?
Yeah, well, yeah, more than that in preparation. We're in preparation right now, and audiences are coming in, but opening October 20. And so it's different kinds of muscles, but wonderful cast and great story. I'm a big Grisham fan.
Yeah,
most
so
people are.
If folks are coming to New York City, check it out, A Time to Kill. Sad news yesterday. Somebody you had worked with in the past, Tom Clancy, 66 years old, wrote Hunt for Red October, which you starred in.
Well, that might be stretching it a little, but you
were one of the stars.
It was my favorite part.
Yeah.
I guess of all the things, it was my favorite movie. I'll put it that way, that I was in. And yeah, I got acquainted with Tom, who was a genius, and I did not realize that he was in bad health. And it's you know, he came on. Howard Baker always thought, you know, he must have inside information.
Yeah,
he must have content.
So authentic.
Nobody can write this with this much authenticity, you know, and not be one of the boys, you know, inside. But he was just brilliant in what he did, you know, an insurance guy, and decided he would write. John Grisham, you know, was a lawyer.
That's right.
And compiled 900 pages of manuscripts, you know, that they wheedled down into a book. And part-time, you know, some people just have that knack.
Multiple talents. Now let's talk about something less important but very impactful, and that is the shutdown of Washington. Who do you blame on this?
I have traveled a long distance to get away from all of that.
Tough. But here I dragged you back.
Me back into it again. Here's my read on that. I think what's going on right now is not terribly important. Makes for a lot of good news and who's out of work and which government employees are going to have a few holidays and, you know, get their pay back later, which will happen, and a few things close down. It's unfortunate, but what concerns me is the reason that we have the acrimony that we have and will continue to have on the debt ceiling debate. And that is, we've got a $17 trillion debt. Americans are looking at England, not England, but continental Europe, and they're looking at our cities here. And they're looking at their children, their grandchildren, realizing that, you know, we're looking at a legacy of debt and dependency. And so people are responding to that, not always in a perfect way, but they're responding to that and saying something different has got to be done. This get along to go along business is not working. A clean CR is not written in the Constitution anywhere. And so they're kicking up their heels. Tactically, politically, I don't know. I can see both sides of it.
Do you think the president should be asserting more leadership regardless of his opinion?
Of course. He sees a narrow, short-term political advantage in this, you know, tries to keep the veterans off the lawn, you know, and then he embraces them, you know, and whatever works at the moment is what they're doing. And the polls show that the president's slightly ahead of the Republicans, but not by much, according to a recent Pew poll. And, you know, he's playing off that all he can, and the Republicans are, you know, kicking up their heels, you know. Spending bills begin in the House of Representatives. They actually have a legitimate voice in this process.
Well, and now you've got a legitimate voice on Broadway. Check him out on Broadway, Fred Thompson. Thank you very much for joining us.
My pleasure. Good to see you.
Good luck. Since you're local, you should come over all the time.
I'll drop by for coffee.
All right.